Pundit or Pundit says how to use used to. And this is interesting because it has two primary meanings. Okay? One is about comfort, and we can kind of replace it with an adjective. And the other is about things that happened in the past that no longer happen, usually. So the first meaning then would be, I am used to it. Okay? We are used to it. I'm not used to it yet. Okay? So, for example, recently I've been more often on the blackboard during lessons. And that's something that wasn't super easy for me to do at first, right? And the reason for that, I think, was just, it takes practice, and over time you get more comfortable, right? So why don't we quickly hop over to the blackboard, since I mentioned it, and I'll show you what I mean. So here we go. Used to. Now, if you're, filming a video and you have a blackboard, it can be a little awkward sometimes to feel comfortable doing that, right? You have to think about the camera and other stuff going on. All the equipment has a lot to think about. So it's easy to make mistakes and something goes wrong, all of that, right? But after doing it for a while, you start to feel comfortable. So then if someone says, well, how are you feeling about doing the blackboard thing? You can say, I am, and maybe we can say getting because it's still moving. I am getting used to it. Okay? If I'm not comfortable because I just started doing it, we could say I am, and then we replace getting with not. I am not used to it. I'm getting used to writing on a digital blackboard. Okay. Or if I'm completely comfortable with it, then we would get rid of both of these and just say, I'm used to it. I'm used to it. Now, what does that mean? Well, we could say it's accustomed to, or we could say comfortable with, right? If we wanted to replace this with comfortable, we would say, I am comfortable with it. Okay? I'm used to it. I'm comfortable with it. So in a sense, this expression here, used to, is an adjective. To be used to something or not used to something is to be comfortable with it or accustomed to it, or not comfortable with it, not accustomed to it. Or we could say getting used to is similar to I'm adjusting. Now that is what I'm doing, but it still describes my feeling about it, okay? So that's the basic idea. If we add getting, it's more of a process I'm in the middle of. So that's meaning number one. But the other one is really different. I used to live in China, which is true about me, for 5 years, 4 years, 5 years, I don't know how many years. I used to live in China. Now, does this mean that I'm adjusted, I'm comfortable with it? No. Does it mean I still live there? No. What it means is, for a period of time, this is what I did. What did I do? I lived in China. I used to live in China. I no longer do. And it's usually not a single thing. If we say used to, we're talking about, if this is our timeline and this is the past, we could call it a duration. A duration, which may have a clear beginning and a clear end, or maybe not, honestly. And then here we are up here now, right? So we're not there anymore. Now, this is a kind of condition that was true in the past. Sometimes we use this for regular activities in the past. For example, I could say, I used to eat a lot of junk food. Do I still eat a lot of junk food? No, but I used to in the past. But that's not a specific maybe beginning and end. That's a kind of ongoing activity that happens periodically, regularly, right? I used to eat a lot of junk food. I used to go swimming every summer. So during the winter, I would not, but during the summer, I would. Maybe now I don't have the opportunity to swim as often. Okay, so there you go. So those are the two common meanings of used to. And don't try to make connections between them. Don't try to find a link because there isn't one. It has these two meanings. Both of them are very common. You have to kind of learn them by example. And if you start doing it, you'll get used to it. And eventually you'll be able to say, I used to have no idea how to use used to, but now I feel very comfortable with it. The best thing to do, I think, is to just practice examples.